Alright, we are starting off our platinum bracket, not platinum blacket. Platinum bracket, kicking this off with a ZVP, with our pink Zerg in the bottom right, Heartland Hitman's KingSlayer, against the green Protoss in the top left, Penguin's AngryFalcon. I think they might have had a bit of an avian confusion there. Penguins, Falcons, no, it doesn't matter. Not a huge deal. We're going to learn a little bit about these players. AngryFalcon is from New York in the United States. Again, another East Coaster representing in our tournament. He does love green, and he loves his sentries. And when he is not playing StarCraft 2, he is playing Dota 2. And get mass gains work out. We do have, possibly in controls, long lost brother. Alright. We are also going to see what... excuse me, I'm just looking for KingSlayer. I do need to organize this a little bit better next time. My apologies for the delays. But KingSlayer is actually from Mexico. And we have an international group here, which is always exciting. And where are we? Ah, there we go. And our pink Zerg does enjoy taking care of his kids when he is not playing StarCraft, the responsible parent. Always good to see. Also, he does love his banelings. Probably will not see that in our... Excuse me, in our ZVP. Excuse me, I'm trying to get my brain kickstarted again. I've had a long few days. I actually just got LASIK surgery. Got my eyes lasered up. So I'm taking all sorts of eye drops and fun times with that. I was hoping it would help me catch all these text switches and the production tab a little bit better. So far, so good. Alright, we do have AngryFalcon going for Nexus first. Pretty standard on 17. Get that early econ boost going and get that up and running. We'll be just fine against this opening from KingSlayer, who's not gone for a super early pool. Is making 2 Zerglings, and this Overseer will be able to see that this Forge is not even halfway done, though, so these Zerglings might actually be able to do a little bit of damage, a little bit of poking and prodding, at least get into the base and scout around. Do have gas going down for AngryFalcon now. And now KingSlayer has a choice. He is going for gas, so he is likely going to be going for tech, but that super early Nexus first, you need a response to that as Zerg. You need that fast third, or you need that heavy pressure at the start. With that gas, it's leaning towards the ladder. Hopefully he won't fall into the trap of just making a couple drones, making a couple units, and hoping it somehow works. I've seen so many Zergs do that, and it just does not end up working out in the end. This cannon is coming down. 2 Zerglings have gotten into the natural, though. They will start poking out the cannon. Oh, that cannon might not actually be able to finish in time. It is getting dangerously close. Those 2 Zerglings need to kill it. It takes 2 shots from the cannon to kill a Zergling. Cannon gets up, will take out 1 Zergling, will shoot the other Zergling, but that will now just be for scouting. Some damage on the cannon, but not able to take it out. That would have been absolutely huge. This drone is also still scouting around. Will hide down here while he... Okay, apparently that Zergling is just going to run in and die, but that's not a huge deal. Evo chambers... Excuse me, 1 Evo chamber going down alongside the Roach Warren. For a moment, I thought we were going to see that 2 base mass upgraded Lings into Ultralists and a 3rd base. That's become so popular lately amongst those pro Zergs. Might still end up seeing that, but not all that likely. Again, he does need to go for some sort of pressure, and a lot of early Roach pressure might be just the thing he is looking for. No extra tech out of AngryFalcon yet. He does need to actually start throwing down a Robo, a Stargate, Twilight Council, something. Or at least more gateways to start teching up. Still in that massive probe monstering out mode. Alright, Lair coming up for KingSlayer. We'll see what he wants to do with that. Lots of drones coming out still, and Roaches are getting their upgrades on the way. So might see an early Roach bust of some sort. No Zergling speed on the way, I do believe. No, there will be no Zerglings along with that. So this is just Roaches, full time. And still no 3rd from KingSlayer, and that is absolutely so important. We'll see where these Roaches go. If these Roaches are used for defense, I'll be very sad. They need to actually get out there and start doing something. This Mothership Core will be able to help fend them off. But he will at least be putting on some sort of pressure to AngryFalcon. Do have a Stargate on the way from our Protoss player. So he is going for that air tech, and here comes the third, but the third is so late. So late. And he is behind on drones compared to probes, and he will eventually catch up. And he does need to get that third up and running. And once the third is going, he'll be okay in the economy, but it's so much later that he is pretty far behind in this game so far. These three roaches coming up, looking to do some sort of damage, poking, parting around. +1 attack for Protoss has just finished. Will not be that impactful against these roaches. It would have helped immensely against Zerglings, but that is not what KingSlayer is going for. No photon overcharge yet. Doesn't have the energy and doesn't really have the need for it. Just needs to kind of poke back these roaches that cannot shoot up at that Mothership Core. More roaches streaming in down the way. There's a proxy pylon here. We'll be curious to see if he warps in some units trying to do some sort of a counterattack. Does need to get an army here to defend. Both players getting a bit of a mineral bank. Getting a little afraid. Should be throwing down some gateways. Start to spend that money. Needs to spend that money. As Protoss. Do see an Oracle coming out. Oracle's a very interesting choice against Zerg, because with the Queens that are already out, the Zerg have anti-air at every base and every mineral line. And oh, Spore Crawler's coming down. He just managed to see that with the drone that has hidden at the bottom of this base. Beautifully placed drone will come in, see everything that's going on. He will not be caught by surprise by this Oracle in the slightest. This Oracle should do next to no damage whatsoever. Roach is waiting for some sort of counterattack opportunity, and instead of more Oracles, there are Void Rays on the way. Lots more drones coming in for KingSlayer. He knows that there's no big attack coming when he's invested so much into this Oracle that is really not going to do much at all. So he knows he is safe to econ up, and this will allow him to catch up into this game. Hydralisk then going down as well, knows the Stargate is in play, needs that anti-air, and that Oracle is going to get so close, and it will go down at that last shot from the Queen. Hero Queen, 1 kill Predator. Well done, Miss Queen. Alright, more Void Rays on the way. The Hydralisk will be able to take that out. Hydraling against a Protoss army with no splash damage is very, very terrifying. But he does need to start getting... he is getting that +2 attack, but will need that armor as well. Speed on the way as well. You're looking to go for Roach Hydra, the classic composition from Wings of Liberty. Now, so much better with the introduction of Vipers to actually stop the Colossus that was the bane of that composition. Third base now up for KingSlayer. No sign of a hive in sight, however, which could be a little bit tricky. Because you do want that hive for that +3, and you do want that hive for those Vipers. Evolution Chamber coming up, likely for that extra armor upgrade. Just need to get those guys in gas. And there's a third coming up for AngryFalcon now. So KingSlayer is going to need to do something about this, and he can do something about this. He just needs to actually know about it. I don't know if he knows about it or will know about it. He needs to get that scouting info out. This is what Zerglings are so useful for. So cheap. Can just patrol around the map. KingSlayer still not using that second evolution chamber. Would like to see that actually get some use. Roach speed about to finish, and there it goes, kicking in. Roach is now on crack cocaine. And looks like they are actually going to be checking for the third. Yes, they are. They're checking for the third. And will find it, and will likely actually, if not take it out, at least put some damage on it to help snipe it later. Protoss army is going to have to move very quickly to actually stop this. Getting down the shields will do a little bit. No, he will not actually do any hull damage to them. Hydralisk on a bad rally point will run in, decide they are on the wrong side of the tracks, a little too late. KingSlayer retreating, but he does know about that third, and that is so important. Needs to answer with a fourth of his own, or needs to actually push in and take out that third before it can get up and running with all those probes. Roach Hydra now congregating in the middle. Lots more Hydras on the way, and there's no splash damage in sight for AngryFalcon. He does have a Robo out. Oh, he does have Colossus range on the way. Excuse me. Alright, Colossus range is on the way, so he will be able to deal with those Hydras very easily. And now KingSlayer is going to need something to actually deal with that. He does have a fourth coming up. Definitely like that response, but he needs Hive. He needs those Vipers to actually yoink the Colossi into the big Roach Hydra ball, and that will pick apart the classic Protoss Death Ball that is looking like it's going to be AngryFalcon's plan. Alright, coming in now, attacking this third. It's very undefended. Actually should be in a great spot to get this. And the Mothership Core is with us, so he can recall if things get out of hand. Oh, he might actually be able to snipe this third while this huge strike force is going up into the top right. If he can snipe the third and recall back in time, this would be a beautiful move by our Protoss player. He has gotten that. Can he recall back? All the force shields are going down. A lot of drones are going to be going down. He does recall back, and just not in time to save the Nexus. Oh, and he's recalling back right into the middle of a bunch of Hydras that have gotten so many free shots off. They have doubled the supply. Oh, that was a beautiful idea that went horribly, horribly wrong for our Protoss player. A Colossus is out, but there are just so many Hydras now that are out in the field. And yes, he said that was a bad recall. It was, again, the good idea, but just didn't quite pull it off. In a bit of a choke, but the Colossus stays a bit too close in range, and that might just be the killing blow for Heartland Hitman. KingSlayer moving in, killing the natural. That is, Protoss is now down to one base. Protoss units coming back in, running to their death. And that is GG, well played, super mannered, Penguin AngryFalcon. Good to see, well played both sides, GG.